Monday morning, July 27th. Time for another week of fun. Another week of swimming for you. You gonna go swimming, Annabelle?
Yeah.
But you, bozo.
She's still mad.
Yeah, she's mad right now. I'm kind of mad too.
She's missing anybody. Pooper, we do.
You miss Pooper?
No. He's my sidekick, so don't try and take him away from me.
Oh, he's your sidekick?
Yeah. I'm gonna take him away from you. No.
Man. So, sometimes you just feel like you can't believe it's time to do those yards again. But it is, it's time to do all these again. No, it's every other week, Monday. So I already have it in my head which ones I'm going to go to, and I haven't been there in 2 weeks, and I dread it. But then I got to throw in, every day has like a couple weeklies that I do. And so it's just a mix of everything. But yeah, these every other week yards I kind of dread. Okay, let's play the game. Which ones are nice yards? Does that one look good?
No.
That one?
No.
No.
Too many leaves.
Yeah, too many? No. There's definitely a no. Yeah. They don't trim their sidewalk? No.
Their yard out there, all the way out there. Yeah.
That's a bean field.
No, not this yard, that yard all the way out there.
Whatever.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
That brick house.
Yeah, I know. I do know what you're talking about. The one that's far back there with the big, long driveway.
They cut their yard.
They did?
Uh-huh.
Okay, already having problems for the week. Go figure. So I ended up having to push mow the backyard. And the sump pump's still kicking out a lot of stuff. So even with the push mower, I started to sink in. So I had to freaking trim all that. I'm not even going to get that limb off of that because I'm not going to get soaking wet. And what happened? Snapper snapped up again. This is becoming like ridiculous. This time it was just one stupid little freaking rod that's gonna mess everything up. Got the ferrous on the front. Took a swipe through here. Leave them with their mess. Alright, am I inch over the property line? Who cares? Okay, here's what happened. This sucks because I actually cut a yard yesterday with this. It was Sunday, but I still cut one. And it ran just fine. It's the adjusting rod. Okay, you can adjust the height over here. Lift this up and you twist it. And there's a rod with a spring on it, and it goes all the way down through there into the deck. This one, when I got it off the trailer, didn't even notice anything. By the time I got it to the backyard, I noticed this side of the deck was lower than the other, and I hadn't started it yet, so it sheared off right here. And that sucks. Here's what it looks like, but I have all the parts. So the rod goes all the way down through here and into the frame. I didn't lose the spring, thank goodness, or any of this stuff. So that's all got to go back on there. So this goes on like that. That goes down through the deck. That's how you crank it down. Now, I don't think I should have to go to the dealer for this. I will. I'd like to pick another one up because it's going to be threaded at the correct. It's going to be threaded up here and then, you know, smooth right here for the spring. But I don't care if I have to go get something that's threaded all the way through just for today. I'm gonna go be back in action if I can. Luckily though, today that might have been, I think there's only 2 yards I would have had to use a 36 on, so I could push mow the other one. And hey, all right, freaks, I just cut this. But I've been dealing with this for the last few weeks, like 3 weeks now, where they had to dig this area up to shoot something in towards the foundation. I don't know what they did, but it's been up here. It's up here now, and it's a little bit softer. So what I'm thinking today is I'm going to run over it with the blade off, just to put the weight of the tires and try to flatten it down while it's kind of soft. Just trying to help myself out in the future, because if I don't do it, nobody else will. That's screwed up. What I'm gonna have to do is actually just shovel it flat, kind of move it around, like scoop off the high part, and throw it in the low part, and then let it reseed and do all that. But whatever. Now we're going into the dry season when you really can't grow too much grass. Whatever. Did I already say that? Whatever. One more time. Look at that. 3 yards done. Because I had to. Well, I did the 48 up here. I had to push mow the back. So I got both yards that I'll have to push mow out of the way. Holy crap, is it hot. A couple sticks up. There you go, huh? Looking good, looking good. And I was also able to get a part. Now, I called Scott and they said they have one, but it's at the St. Louis store and they close at 5. So I don't think I'm gonna make it there before 5. So I went to RebCam. So if you have a RebCam in your area, what they had was threaded rods. They only sold them in 3-foot sections. It's $7.99. Not bad, right? Now, I know I'd like to not have threads right here, but whatever. I got to make do for the day because I'm not going to stop and go over to St. Louis. But I asked him, I said, hey, can you cut off a 8-inch section for me? And he said, yeah. So he actually cut it off too. So here's what I got. So I still got plenty to play with in case 8 inches is not right. I can do that later. But I got one right here. And what you do is, see this? I got trimmer string stuck and everything. But anyway, you see how it's going to go? It gets hooked down below to the deck. And this goes in here. Kind of hard to do one-handed. Alright. See how it all kind of goes together now. So, I think That will survive me till I can actually get the proper piece. And I'm not a mechanic by any means whatsoever, but I kind of always survive things. That'll work. Maybe Saturday I go pick up the correct one, and then I just wait till it snaps up and then replace it with the good one. So here's the bonus of, you know, having your own business, right? Lawn service in your own town, close to home. You can come home for lunch, because really I don't feel like eating a whole lot of anything warm, really. I just want like a nice little cool snack right now, because it's hot. So I'm gonna come home and I'm going to change out of this. I'm soaking wet. And I'm gonna actually rinse off, you know, get all this crud off my arms, right? It might give me some itchy scratchies and I don't want that. So yeah, I'm gonna refresh, maybe have a protein shake, calm myself down a little bit, and then go back out and do some more. I like that. What is this? What is that? You guys tell me. The hell? Thought it was like grease at first. Then I thought it was like one of those little raspberries or whatever. I have no idea. I was wiping on my pants. I'm gonna change them too. Holy crap, is it hot. I'll show you a couple things here. First of all, I took a shower and changed clothes. I was gonna unload the snapper, but I forgot. So when I got here, I had to take it off to get to the 48, and that bummed me out, so now I shoved it up there. So 48 along here, and 21 right up there, 48 all the way around to the back. I wanted to show you this. These are hibiscus. Look how freaking huge they are. Yeah, here's my hand. Huge, huh? Pretty cool. But check this out. It's being attacked by bugs. They look like little firefly bugs. They're crawling all over it, eating it. So freaks, tell me what's up, because look how they're just like decimating it. Those bugs are everywhere. But yeah, huge, huh? Look at that. I'm not really like a flower guy or anything. Those are pretty cool. Got some bugs though. Got a bobcat down there. That's what they're putting in the driveway. Alright, I gotta blow this mess off. Too hot to film, and I want to hurry up and get home, fix the snapper. Trimmed and outlined. Ferris time, yes. 48 all the way around. I am scorched out. Soaking wet already. Wet underwear. Get used to it, freaks. It's the hot time. All done. Took a double cut over there, and it feels like rain. Oh my gosh. Not rain. For real? For real, real? Okay, one more. Alright, freaks. Check this out. So I got that trimmed all around. But man, I like my edge now, huh? I like it. Let's get down in this sand. Matter of fact, we want some more sand? Man, got plenty of it. Holy crap. So they destroyed the whole side of the street. Had they went over on this side, they would have took out 3 of my houses. barely enough room. So what this is the water line. I'm taking my headphones off. Okay, it's the water line. And there you go. Good luck to me with my edge, you know. So what am I going to do here? Well, I really don't think I'm going to cut this boulevard. It seems to be getting trampled down enough, and now there's all these clobbers and pieces of rock and crap in here. So we're just going to like wing it. I'm going to flick this crap in there, and you know, that's what you do. You just kind of get some of this junk out of the way, and you don't want to hit it with your mower. And I'm not going to lay an edge. No edge today. So I'm just going to flat trim all this, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit the whole thing with the mower. But I'm actually going to give myself a little trim room. I might trim a little bit out in the boulevard, but you know what? I mean, it is what it is. Hey, look, this house is being sold. Well, attempting to sell it. Berkshire Hathaway. Do you know who owns Berkshire Hathaway? Come on now. Warren Buffett. Get with the program, people. You don't know who Warren Buffett is? I'll look him up. You'd be surprised at how much money he has. So you just do something like that. That's what you do. And if this would be a big pile of dirt instead of sand, I would take some shovels of it and go fill in a couple holes that are in this backyard that I have to dodge. But no, it's sand. Jeez. So that's what you do, freaks. We're gonna bust this sucker out, and then I'm gonna go get something to eat and work on snapper. Again. There's your aftermath. Alright, freaks, look at this. Remember when I trimmed these earlier this season? They were like dormant, you know, it was still real early, and I charged 10 bucks each. And you go down there and you get like 100 bucks, right? And I said, you want to trim them when they're not in bloom, because you will, when they're in bloom like that, you get all irritated, itching and stuff. Plus there are like bees and crap in there. But just look how much they've grown. I've got to find a picture from that old video. You know, that's I had them even with that fence. Well, sort of even. But some of them were even really low, like that one. But now they're full of those vines and all that crap. Can you believe that? Holy crap, hola. Wait a second. Did I trim those in the rain? I think I did. Wait, that was this year? Holy crap. Wait a second. They came out across the street and asked me to cut that other property I never did before, their rental property or whatever it was. And I did that in the rain. And then I did these after it stopped raining. That was this year. My God. I have cut a lot of yards. They're looking at me. I've cut a lot of yards. I think I'm at like at least 700 yards done this year. I've only showed you a fraction of them, but a pretty big variety of the properties. But anyway, here you go. I cut the whole thing at 3 inches. And I didn't fall in the ditch, which is good. You don't want to fall in the ditch, especially with the blade going. Grind it all up. And then you got the mound right here. I will look back on this eventually. We'll see there's no mound, and I'll be trimming the bushes again. see how long that actually took me. Oh, wait a second here. Still going. Holy moly. Ferris is right there. I'm right here. Still sweating. Okay. So the snapper is snapped up, but I got progress. So it takes a 3/4, and you have to take this out from the deck. It's held on by a nut on each side, and that rod went right up through there. So just like that, right? It goes down through there, and there you go. It didn't want to come loose, but I got the air tool, so there you go. Then, this was the piece that was still in there. See how it snapped off right here? Alright, and so it was still in there, like that. So then I had to put vice grips around it and twist this off. But this came off. This was on the top. This was down here getting all grassy. So, as you can see, if you line them up, I just set 8 inches because I kind of guessed. Pretty close, right? We're going to find out if this works. All this stuff has to go on here. Alright. This stuff goes in here. And that's how it's all going to work out. It's going to work out just fine. Hopefully. And I can't make no epic video because I got stuff to do. I might as well sharpen the blades if this goes back together. I might as well sharpen the blades on that too. That's what it's like. Okay, you go cut 8 yards. Should have got 10, but you got 8, right? A couple of side tracks. Then you gotta come home and spend 4 more hours messing with equipment and stuff. I need to restring my trimmer. I need to get some more string ready, put it in the truck. All that rigmarole, right? I gotta put all this stuff away before I can pull the mower in here too. Got my air tools out, had to move a shop vac out of the way. Got bicycles and wrenches and a light so that I can see what's going on. And I'm sweating like a maniac in the garage. That's what it's like. That's the lawn care lifestyle, freaks. You don't have to be a mechanic, but it will help if you know what you're doing here, if you know what's going on with these engines and stuff. Because it's going to go a long way. Me? No, I have to rely on a dealer for most of this stuff. But a freaking nuts and bolts, you know. I mean, come on now. Nuts and bolts. Come on. I'm nuts. Alright. Let's see. What can you see? Nothing? Just what I thought. Let's see. Whew, I'm dripping in sweat. Alright, I gotta show you this. This is hard. This is the part that will get you. So what you have to do is, you have to prop something up so it's on the frame and not pushing on the deck, because the deck will be pushed up. Because it's being held up by a spring over here. There's tension on it. So this spring, you know, it's off there. It's sprung, right? Well, this piece has to go into the spring. This has to go all the way up through, up into there, up to there. But you had to get it all through there. So it's sticking out the bottom pretty far right now. But getting that spring pushed down enough that I could get that into it. There's a washer that also has to be under here, and it is like free floating up under there. Try to do this one-handed. I mean, try one person try and do this with just your hands, and you can do it. I did it. What's going on now? All I gotta do is crank it down. Crank it down, baby. Okay. It's on. And one thing you want to do when putting one on is make sure that when you crank this, that the rod is not spinning around like in there. So right now I'm raising the deck and it's not spinning around. All that's happening is this is moving up and down. And I'll show you the side. So raising that. See the height? Kind of hard to do one-handed. So that's good. It's working. Oh yes, it's working. Have fun, freaks. Oh, you know I'm gonna have lots of fun tomorrow. While I'm at it, I might as well sharpen the blades on the Ferris. So here's what they look like. Okay, the longer one is on the 36. That's on the snapper. And this is on this mower right here, the 48. There are 3 of these, but only 2 of these on the 36. So we got 3 of these underneath here, and you can see that they have a notch in them, unlike these. Here's my nice edge I just put on it. There you go. All right, what do you think? Gonna cut some grass with that? Heck yeah. My arm. That's from all the funk falling off on me while I'm doing things. There you go. That's how you do it. Yep, that's how you do it. Yeah. All comes with the territory. Wait, I got a great idea. A freaking fabulous idea. There you go. There's your manual, freaks. We'll add it to my collection. All right. I feel a lot better now. Holy crap, is it humid. It's been scorching hot. Anyway, this one's all done and blown off. I still have to blow off that one. You can make a Granite City mix, you know, weeds and crabgrass and all that. Look pretty good when you get it, this one's good grass, but that one is just a mix. You can make it look pretty good though if you cut it at, you know, decent height and all that. But kind of notice how they're getting dry already. All of a sudden, things got a little dried out. It's just been excessively hot, and so it's just sucking it right out of there. After rain for 3 months straight, you get dried out in like 10 days. But, you know, it doesn't help when you hit triple digits and stuff like that in the meantime. But yeah, everything's going good, freaks. I haven't been filming a whole lot. I'm just busting it out. My mowers are both working. I mean, all 3 of them actually. There's the deck height adjuster. See, when it busted, it made that whole side just hang down. So it was on like 1.5. So you couldn't mow with it at all. Even, you know, you couldn't do anything. It just wanted to scrape the ground. And I don't know. Other than the heat, everything's kind of cool. And I don't mind if they dry out a little bit, because so far none of them have went from weekly to every other week, and none of the other ones have done anything weird either. So I can stand, you know, a few of them to say skip a week, you know, here and there when it's super hot. I can handle that because, you know, I need a little break too, right? Not too much, but just a little bit of a break. There you go. We got Pooper with us. He's getting ready to go to the groomer and get shaved. He's got too much fluff. He's panting all the time. I don't blame him. It's freaking 100 degrees out here. And I swung by. I picked him up because his appointment's at 12:30. They said drop him off, which is cool. I can do that, right? It's one of the bonuses of, you know, having a lawn service for your income. And there's a quick trip, but we're not going there, are we? And he's not talking. Oh, he does talk though. So I was gonna go through the bank on the way, and deposit a whole bunch of checks. But the drive-through, the outer lane that is wide enough for my trailer to fit through, was closed. So I was like, that sucks. So now got a little bit of time to kill, but they'll probably take him in early. I don't want him to sit in there and be bummed out for too long. Although he's a good boy, he don't mind the other dogs and stuff. They don't even have to put him in like a cage or anything. He just kind of just hangs around and watches them shave all the other dogs, they said, and then they don't ever have to put a leash on him or a muzzle or anything. He just lets them do whatever. He's a good boy, he likes it. He'll feel a lot better tonight. He's panting like crazy lately. So yep, there you go. We'll see Pooper's total makeover here in a little while. It'll be real fast for you, but it's not gonna be so fast for him. Usually I won't be able to pick him up for like 4 hours because they bathe him and dry him, and then they shave him down, and he's getting the shave down too. 4:22, and this has got to be it. I can't take it anymore. So of course, hey, there's that pampas grass, right? Grew back all crazy. So I'm gonna cut this yard, chase a squirrel, and it's time to trim these because they're getting all goofy. But look at this one. It's like dying. It's got problems. But I'm still gonna even it out. Take these down, the window, clean out all these little things that are sprouting up in here. Then cut, trim, and do all that junk. So as you cut it all down, you have to blow all this out. Then you have to go down there and hand pick all them little things like this. Look at that. Those are gonna need snipped off. So I'll need a brake, trash can, little hand shears, and my hedge trimmers. Then we'll go to town over there first, and I'll leave the camera over here, show you a little bit of it. Then, you know, the rest of it's just your normal stuff. Can you tell I'm kind of just worn out? I'm talking like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna cut some grass, dudes, you know. Yeah. I'm worn out. I feel drained. But that's to be expected this time of year. Alright, let's get your before picture. Alright, freaks, I started to trim the bushes, and somebody pulled up here.
Do you even mow, bro?
Where are you going, Quick Trip?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna fill up. It's my favorite place to go, too. Get me a sneaky snack. Love them sneaky snacks. I confuse to skip out on a field, but it's all bought and paid for. What's up, brother?
Here we go. Grab my money makers, also known as the hedge trimmers. And I do what I always do. I go up and down and give it a nice flat edge right along here. Then I start tucking it in along the bottom, making sure there's none of that wacky stuff sticking out down there. And then I hit the other end, up and down, right? And then I go ahead and reach behind there and do the same thing, but it's a tight fit. You don't want to be bumping siding or anything with this stuff. So I gotta go to the other end. I might as well give it a little flat top while I'm walking back and forth. That's about all it takes. And then just kind of clean up a couple of little sprouts that are hanging on there, and just do my little thing. And you just go around it like that, a few little passes till you get a nice little uniform shape that you want. Always the back sides are the most difficult when they're up against the house. But the other bushes down at the end, I actually used Hedge hand clippers to trim some of that stuff because I didn't want to accidentally puncture the siding or catch any of the little cable and internet wires or bump those screens on the windows. So you got to think of that stuff. Well, that's kind of a mess. You know, I still have to clean out underneath there where some things are growing. Now the main thing you got to watch for on this are stuff like down in here. See these wires? That's your cable and your internet. I'm just saying, you can mess up the bushes. People won't yell at you. You cut off their internet connection and they're gonna notice that and they're gonna be pissed. You take out the internet and cable, you're done. Because if they go like a day or two without getting that fixed, I don't want to be in your shoes. Here we go. Got 3 of these bushes. They're different than that other thing I was chopping around on. This time I come in swinging, sending that stuff flying, just like I always do. I'm not scared, up and down a little bit, but I'm gonna kind of tuck this in. It's going to look like maybe like flowers sticking out of a vase or something. Whoa, easy there, Greg, easy. Be careful with that. You might be cutting those wires loose. No, I'm pretty good with it, but right here, that's where you're going to want to use hand tools, and on the back side too, until you get used to the kick that you can have from these gas-powered hedge trimmers. You got to use hand tools when around there, because right there I could be coming up and the bush might actually catch and it not really cut it. Instead it kicks it away and it bumps it into the siding, and with that blade going, it'll cut right through that siding. You don't want that. So until you get used to it and you're prepared for it to kick, because I'm holding it, it looks like I'm holding it really loose, and to a degree I am, but at the same time I have enough grip on it. I'm prepared and feeling like I'm always prepared for it to kick on me, because that does happen. You saw me shaking it a little bit, kind of letting stuff pop up and stuff fall down so I could see where I was at. And I'm looking around the ground all the time going, man, I have to clean all this stuff up. I don't like that. Now that is going to have to be hand clipped down in here. I'm going to get down in there and take care of all that, cleaned up real good. It'll look a lot better once I do that. And these are just the same thing but bigger. So it's all just fun and games. Don't be scared in terms of bushes. Just don't disconnect anybody's internet connection, especially mine. And isn't that the truth? Just think, there could be a person out in your yard right now disconnecting your internet and you wouldn't be able to finish watching this video. You wouldn't be too happy, would you? Especially when he says, oh, my bad, see ya, gotta go, and leaves you hanging with the mess. That might be something I would do. I'd say, hey, didn't mean to do it, don't know what to tell you, I'm not a internet tech guy, I will see you in the future. And I'd roll on out. Aww. So here you go. This one's taller. I could tell right off the bat I'm raising the hedge trimmers up higher, and the higher up you raise them, the heavier they feel. So luckily these are little bushes, because if you're doing some of the big long hedges that are up really high, yeah, it can really wear on your body, your arms and your forearms and shoulders, the whole deal. They'll get tired real quick. I think these hedge trimmers feel light to you. Have them in your hand for like 15 minutes straight, raised up above your shoulder. But that's where they have all those other ones, those articulating attachments that you can have and reach up and bend them over and like reach out over great big long bushes and stuff. Those would be nice to have in the future. Maybe if I make a bunch of money I will get them, but most likely not, because all my yards, like I said before, I won't pick up a yard that has excessive bush maintenance, because I am solo and I do not want to really have to branch out into the whole employee thing right now. I've got too much going on in my life to actually add all that stuff in, so I'm just kind of happy doing my thing. So when I pick up a yard, well, when someone calls me out to one and I look and I see all that, I back off. There's your work in progress. How about if I leave this one strand here forever and just bail on out? No, I'm actually going to get back there and shear, because I don't want to hit the siding or the screen on the window, and that's just how you do it. Got a lot of cleanup. So you're out of here and I'm on the hustle. Alright, freaks, we're going this way. Whew. I gotta go get Pooper. I couldn't even give you an aftermath picture. I was on the hustle. Got it done, and I gotta get him. They close at 6. He'll be fine. So I got 15 minutes to spare, but really I want to get there as soon as I can. And then he's going to the dump with me because I got all that stuff. You can see it in the rear view mirror, right? Got all kinds of stuff. And then go home, get things put away, and wait for the girls to show up. Wow, those guys are they were resealing a blacktop parking lot, and it's hot out here. Talk about hard work. That's some hard work. Asphalting and all that. Man, there's nowhere to hide from the heat at all. Alright. I'll catch you in a little bit. Hey, I think they're doing it too. There's resealing one too. We're just getting started. All right, heading to the dump. And Pooper's back from his total makeover. You feel better, boy? You feel better? Feel better? Yeah, you do. And they got a load on limbs. And we got an El Camino over here. And got me a nice spot right here. Okay, let's turn the air up for you, Pooper. Stay cool. Alright, freaks. I'm back because after I dropped Pooper off at the house, I knew I had plenty of time, and I went and I cut one more yard. So then on the way back, I was coming this way, and it was bothering me that I didn't give you an aftermath. So I'm doing it for you. 21 on the front, I bagged it. Looking pretty sweet. Oh yeah, I didn't mess with that bush over there, but I trimmed that little one right there. This thing, and we kind of buzzed around on it. Had some crazy stuff. Those back in here, kind of right along in here. And you'll notice I didn't take them all to the same height because they would have been cutting into like just the sticks down there. So they're kind of like stepped. It's dun 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 dun. So there you go. I cleaned it up kind of good down in here. Not the best, but not the worst. So yeah, I had to come back and let you see that because it was bothering me. Because I feel like here's something weird. Here's a weird thought process that a freak like me would have. Man, I got crap for footage this week. Everything's been so rushed and stupid, and I look like an idiot in half of it. And I filmed that one yard again. And I can't use that. They've seen that yard 20 times. And man, I can't film at this other yard. And gosh, and so I'm thinking about this from the YouTube perspective. Like, what am I doing? Really, what am I doing here? What is this? Right? That's pretty bad when you're cutting grass and you're thinking about what you can film and I wish I could film that. And here's a question you guys ask me a lot: do I tell the people that I'm filming on their property? Some of them I do. And all the ones that you've seen me like film the whole yard and all that stuff, yeah, they knew. I talked to them and they said, yeah, go ahead, whatever. And believe it or not, it's like 90% that you ask won't care. They don't care. They say, yeah, just do whatever, take pictures, video, whatever, dude. cutting my grass, whatever. They don't care. But asking them feels weird. So I've only asked, you know, the ones you've seen. And there are like 20 people I haven't asked, and a few of them I've showed you like little before and after pictures and clips of, but nothing, you know, like all up in their business in their backyards and all that. No, those people I did ask. And the as far as some of them, I haven't even showed you the whole yard because I've even shown it at all, but I just don't want to talk to them or be seen with the camera. And you know what? One of the neighbors asked me one time why I was filming, and I just told him, you know, what I was doing, and they said, well, we were just watching out for our neighbor. So that's the other thing. The neighbors can tell the neighbor, your client, that you were out there doing stuff too. So, you know, people watch out for each other, and people want to know what's going on. So there you go. I feel weird asking everybody, so you can't see them all. So that brings me back to square one. I'm like, man, I got crappy footage. I wish I could film something different or do something else. And I could film here, but why? They've seen it before, and I got to give them an aftermath. And I think, what is this? Because people ask, they say, you guys sometimes comment and say, well, this episode sucked. And I'm like, psh, you know, delete you, right? I'm thinking, episode? What the hell, episode? But, you know, we kind of title them as this. And I'm talking me and everybody else that's doing it, okay? When I first started doing these weekly vlogs, there really wasn't anybody else doing them. And now everybody that is doing them are running into the same problems that I am running into. And I'm glad they're doing them too, you know, hey, because I mean, the more the merrier. You know, this YouTube thing's in its infancy still. So, you know, everybody do your thing, right? I'll watch you guys too when I can, you know, when I'm not cutting grass and filming and editing. That's the other thing, the editing. It's just takes up so much time. But what is it? It's like we're filming ourselves working, so that brings us back to there. You know, it's just a job, people, and we're lucky we get any footage out of it. Really, it's kind of rare that you can do this, and everybody that is running into the same problems, same yards, and they can only be so excited. I can only get robbed on camera so many times, right? maybe tomorrow I'll go down in a whole front end of the mower and knock my teeth out all over on the handlebars or something, and I come up and go, look, freaks, I busted my grill out. Right? I could get jumped by somebody, you know, whatever. I mean, but that's like the entertainment part of it. But the reality is, whether YouTube goes away or not, and you know, I quit making these videos and other people fade away, and whether we just quit doing this, we're still going to be cutting the grass. So the YouTube deal, it is what it is. It's kind of hard to determine what we're actually doing here. It's in its infancy. We don't know what we're doing. We're just winging it, man. You guys tell me what's going on here. What is this? Right? We're vlogging. We're naming them and titling them, calling them little series and stuff, but it's hard to make them epic when it's just reality. And we're not talking fake reality TV, MTV, where every week there's a bad girl fight breakout while they're in their underwear in the bedroom. Oh yeah, you know, that just was spontaneous. Yeah, of course, right? So yeah, those are my thoughts on it all. Don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what you guys are doing either. I watch it. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I like watching you. I look at different things, so I'm like going, how come they don't have people wandering around trying to steal their stuff while they're cutting? Man, they're cutting some nice yards. Pretty cool to try that out sometime. So, there you go. I'm going to continue on with the vlogs. But if I ever do just go away, and everybody else does too, or whatever, people disappear, just know it was because it was almost too hard to keep up with. But we're still cutting the yards. I'll still be out there with a 21-inch mower, cutting that yard, trimming bushes, going over here with 36, cutting that yard. Ooh, no fences. I use the 48 over here, and just going out throughout the day. I don't have to, worry about where my income is at, because I know where it's at. You know, I built my little business here, right? I already kind of know how much money I'm going to make for the year, barring something crazy happen. which would be kind of exciting for YouTube. So I will keep the camera with me. But that's what's happening, people. Do your thing, all right? Build your business. Your business might be in its infancy. Whatever you got going on, man, you're at the beginning stages still. Even that you say, well, I'm 15 years in. Yeah, but you can expand exponentially in everything you do in life. So you're really still at the starting point. You're baby stages. You're still crawling. You haven't even started walking yet. When you take off running and then fall down, skin your knee. Yeah. Tomorrow I might skin my knee. I know. Yep. I'll cut that yard, huh? I got a bird bath. Have to go around that. 2 trees and a shed. Yep, I could handle that.